Hello students, welcome back to the discussion of the chapter Electrochemistry, and we are going to continue with our discussion on the electrochemical cells, in which in this module we are going to discuss about the alkaline dry cell and nickel cadmium cells. Okay, so let us get into the discussion of alkaline dry cell. Now first of all, what do you exactly mean by here alkaline dry cell? Now in this alkaline dry cell, we are using alkaline medium, okay? And why are we using the alkaline medium here? It is to avoid the corrosion of zinc by acidic medium. If you remember the design of conventional dry cell, we are using ammonium chloride. And ammonium chloride is actually a salt of weak base, that is ammonium hydroxide, and strong acid, that is HCl. So precisely the reactions are taking place in acidic medium in which corrosion is accelerated. So to avoid the corrosion of metal or zinc here by the acidic medium, we are using the alkaline medium. Alright. So let us understand the cell reactions here. The reaction which is taking place at anode, and obviously here anode is zinc, which is going to get oxidized, right? So zinc solid plus 2OH minus aqueous gives rise to ZnO, zinc oxide, solid plus H2O liquid plus 2 electrons. So basically here zinc is getting oxidized to zinc oxide in alkaline medium because there are OH minus ions, isn't it? So the reaction which is taking place at cathode here would be reduction of MnO2, okay, because NH4 plus ions are not there, right? So 2 MnO2 solid plus H2O liquid plus 2 electrons will give rise to Mn2O3 solid plus 2 OH minus. So here MnO2 is getting reduced to Mn2O3. Alright. So now if you want to write the net cell reaction, would be simply addition of the oxidation and reduction reaction, right? So Zn solid plus 2 MnO2 will give rise to ZnO solid plus Mn2O3. Because water, OH minus ions and electrons will get cancelled out. Okay, so that was with respect to the cell reactions of alkaline dry cell. Yet it was irreversible. Alright, that means it could not be recharged. So the scientists, they thought upon the materials which are used in the dry cell so that the dry cell could be recharged, alright? So it could be made to behave as secondary cell. And they were successful in making one such cell, which we call it as nickel cadmium cells, famously known as NiCad cells, alright? It is an example of a secondary dry cell. So considering the same design as that of a conventional dry cell, they designed nickel cadmium cell in a way that it could be recharged. Alright, so basically they changed the materials used in the cell. So here it can be obviously recharged. The anode, which was zinc in the conventional dry cell, is replaced by a cadmium metal. Alright, so the cadmium metal is used as anode and nickel oxide is here acting as a cathode. The electrolyte solution is basing obviously to avoid the corrosion of cadmium metal, right? So instead of MnO2 at cathode, we are using NiO2 at cathode, and at anode instead of zinc, we are using cadmium metal. Alright? So let us have a look at the cell reactions. At anode, cadmium metal gets oxidized, right? So Cd solid plus 2 OH minus ions aqueous gives us CdOH twice solid plus 2 electrons. So cadmium hydroxide which is formed, it actually gets deposited along the walls of the container. Okay. Similarly at cathode, what you have is NiO2 getting reduced. So NiO2 solid plus 2 H2O liquid plus 2 electrons. Okay. So NiO2 is getting reduced in presence of water to give NiOH twice solid, that is nickel hydroxide, plus 2 OH minus ions aqueous. Alright. So if we add these two reactions, we get a net cell reaction as Cd solid plus NiO2 solid plus 2H2O liquid, giving rise to CdOH twice solid plus NiOH twice solid. So basically the products formed here are cadmium hydroxide and nickel hydroxide, which get deposited along the walls of the respective electrodes. So when this nickel cadmium cell is connected to the external source of electricity, these reactions will be reversed. In other words, the cell reactions, if they are reversed, that means the cell can be recharged. Alright, so nickel cadmium cell is actually a modification of conventional dry cell in which the cell reactions are reversed. So I hope students you got a clear idea with respect to the alkaline dry cell and nickel cadmium cells. Alright, thank you all.